Hi, welcome to the A Plus Advising channel. I'm your host, Anastasia, and today I want to talk to you a little bit more about customer retention. Customer retention is going to be the only way that you really make money in any month or time over time in this business. Don't believe me? Go ask your sales managers. Now, those poor guys only get once every 3 to 5 years to sell a car. You service advisors are lucky enough to be getting to sell service every 6 months or so, especially if you live in a changing climate like I have here up in Canada. So, how do you ensure that customers are not only coming back to your dealer, but coming back to your desk? The way that I like to ensure it is by performing an active delivery. The service cashier. Everybody loves her. She's wonderful. She's a sweet gem of a person. She greets your customers when sometimes it's a little bit too busy for you. She picks up the ever-ringing phone and makes sure that the books are balanced at the end of the day. But it is not her job to explain a customer's invoice to them, and it's also not her job to explain the CSI survey. That's on you. It is your name on both of them. So, performing an active delivery is done like this. Number one, you're gonna need two things. You're gonna need an invoice and a finished car. Make sure that your customer's invoice is always prepared. Think about this. When you're at a restaurant, you finish dinner, you've politely declined coffee and dessert, and it's that awkward moment where you're just waiting for that little slip of paper so you can pay and leave. Now, place yourself into the shoes of a customer who's in your drive-thru. They're not spending $70 on dinner. They're spending hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on vehicle repairs. You better make sure that their invoice is right and ready when they show up. Also, the vehicle. You can't really do a delivery without the vehicle. So make sure that the vehicle is complete and parked out front when the guest is due to arrive. If your dealership offers a wash service, always make sure and double check that the vehicle has been washed. Nothing tanks a CSI survey like the customer going out and finding that their vehicle was never washed. Sometimes it can make them question if any of the service was even done. So if you offer wash service, make sure it's done. If it's not, let your customer know ahead of time. Don't let it be a surprise. You've got your invoice and you've got your car. Now you're just waiting for your customer. When they get there, do your best to greet them at the door, just like you did when they rolled in this morning. When you have your customer there, walk them over to the cash office. It is your job to go through your customer's invoice line by line. This maintains the trust that you've built all day and helps you remain transparent. Your customers will understand all of the charges and they're perfectly going to match the estimate that you sent them earlier. So this lets them know that they can trust you. They're going to want to come back to someone like you because this is how you treated them. At this point, the payment can happen. Whether the cashier takes the payment or whether you take the payment is really going to depend on your service department's different operating procedures. But for today, let's say the cashier is taking it. While she's doing that, you can now have the conversation about the CSI survey that is coming to their inbox in the next 24 to 48 hours. Maybe you did really well today, but the Uber driver they felt was rude on the way back, and I've seen that as a comment on a live CSI survey in a dealership. Now, if that had been fielded at the desk, the service advisor could explain, I'm sorry that your Uber driver wasn't the best today, but the CSI survey doesn't reflect him. It reflects me. If you felt like I did 100%, please make sure you reflect that on your CSI survey. So even though they didn't have a 100% survey because of somebody else, you can still get a 100% survey. After all that is done, please walk your guests to your car. You might know every inch of your lot and where everything is parked, but they don't. Think about when you go to a big shopping center. How many times have you lost the car and been wandering around, beeping, looking for it? Now imagine this customer didn't even park their own vehicle after their service. How are they supposed to find it? Walk your guests to your car. They'll usually wave you off once they feel okay. If you can input this active delivery strategy with every customer that you have, your customers will start booking back with them. The pro tip is that before you let your customer go, book their next service with them. Go through, say, hey, Mr. Customer, it seems like Tuesdays are good days for you. Can I book your next service appointment for 6 months from now on a Tuesday? They'll say yes or no, or want to call back in. However you do it, just book a tentative appointment, have them book a tentative appointment, and then 6 months from now, they'll either keep it or they'll rearrange it and make sure that they come back to see you. Retention is how you make money month over month. When the rest of the drive-thru is slow, people are still coming back to you for your expertise and you are still making money. Customer retention is so important these days. With people looking for alternative options to dealership service through private garages or small chains for different repairs like tires and whatnot, the service that you give is what's going to keep people coming back to the dealership and coming back to your desk. I hope this really helped you. Share this with anyone you know in the service department or in the service industry, because active delivery and service retention is how you keep people coming back for more. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel over on YouTube if you're watching this on LinkedIn, where we do give a special few-hour preview on LinkedIn before the video goes up on YouTube. So thank you so much to everyone who's been involved in this project so far. You may have noticed last week that we started doing a test drive, and next week I'm gonna have a test drive with my friend Nick, where we're gonna talk about service advising and personal branding, which is also going to lead to greater customer retention. So connect with me if you want to make sure that you get those videos uploaded to your feed every Tuesday. Thank you so much. Have a great day.